So you can't wait to see Mark Hamill in Star Wars? No fret. He is in tonight's episode of The Flash. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about The Flash, Season 2, Episode 9, Running to Stand Still. And yes, Mark Hamill returns for his second appearance on The Flash as Jesse James, aka the Trickster, along with the Weather Wizard and Captain Cold. So, what do I have to say about this episode? Let us get right into it. First, right off the bat, we have this whole Patty storyline. When she finds out that the Weather Wizard has escaped, she wants to get revenge because we get a little bit more in depth onto what happened to her past, why she hates these metahumans so much, especially these evil ones, especially the Weather Wizard. And yeah, she goes more in depth into it, and there's even a scene at the end where she has the chance to kill this guy once and for all, who, because of him, her father is dead. And I'm going to admit this, the Patty stuff was my least favorite stuff about this episode, unfortunately. I don't hate Patty as a character. I just felt her storyline was a little weak and I didn't care. I wanted to get back to the main topic, the topic that really I was more invested in, which was obviously the Weather Wizard, Captain Cold, and Trickster all teaming up. These are like some of the best rogue villains that the Flash has had so far on this show. There's a couple of other good ones they could have brought back too. I was wondering, why is Heatwave not showing up? This is the second time Captain Cold is in this show. He only showed up in the first episode this season in a dream sequence with Captain Cold, but then the two regular appearances that Cold made, Heatwave wasn't around, so that had me wondering a little bit why wasn't he brought into this episode? Maybe the budget didn't allow it, who knows? But what I was kind of disappointed by was how short Captain Cold's role was in this episode. I thought he would help Barry at least in the end, but instead he warns Barry of this plot and then leaves, and that's the last scene we literally see of Captain Cold. And the Flash has to take care of the Trickster and the Weather Wizard by himself, which it wasn't bad. It's just I thought Captain Cold would have been more involved in the episode, and he just wasn't. And I thought they would have set him up nicely for Legends of Tomorrow. So now we don't even know where the heck he is. And what would be cool? If he showed up on Arrow. I just think I would like to see Captain Cold and Heatwave go against Green Arrow for once. I would like to see how they would play with that. But yeah, so other than that, I mean, it was fun. It was fun seeing the Trickster again, played by Mark Hamill, who, we all know Star Wars, The Force Awakens, he's going to be in that, and if you can't wait to see him in that, he's here, right here on The Flash, and a character that he played back in the early 90s. So that was a lot of fun, again, seeing him back in that role, which he looks like he's having a lot of fun playing. Weather Wizard 2, it was cool seeing some of those cool new effects. And when he started flying, I started thinking to myself, wait, Weather Wizard can fly? When did this happen? And then they addressed it, so that was good. Also, in the episode, we get Joe finally finding out that, Iris had found out that, she had a brother, and she lets Joe know this, and Joe takes it pretty deeply, man. And obviously the Joe moments can be a lot of heart warmth to them, and there were a lot of great talks with Barry and Joe in this episode. Barry's finally there with Joe, and I liked a lot of those moments too. And obviously the Iris thing, to me, I was saying to my brother while watching the episode, because I watched The Flash with my brother, and I said to him, this kind of is in contrast to me with Laurel and her dad from last season on Arrow, because if you think about it, what happened last season on Arrow? Laurel found out that Sarah died, and what did she do? Instead of telling her father like everyone thought she should, she keeps away And no, I'll keep it a secret. And she keeps it a secret throughout almost the entire season last year. And then her father blows up on her and gets pissed. I feel like the writers on The Flash saw what happened last season and say, yeah, we better not do that. And so they said, Iris was like, you know what? I'm going to tell my dad. And she did. She went up. It took her a while. Okay, fair enough. But at least, like, it didn't take that long. And she was like, you know what? I'm going to tell him instead of keeping a secret from my father. And it was really nice. I thought it was great that Joe had to go through this and deal with it. And then we see him at the end, Wally West. Wally West, he's one of the Flashes in the comics. He was the third Flash in the comics. And yeah, so we're finally introduced. I was kind of frustrated though a little bit because when I saw that the episode was nearing its end, I was saying to myself, man, they're only going to show him at the very end. And they did, and I wanted to see more of Wally West in this episode, but it's like it was just a little tease for next time when they return. So I'm fine with it, but I was just hoping to get to know Wally more right away in this episode. So we'll have to wait until we get back, I guess, in the new year. We also get a little bit of Wells, playing, he's having some issues, and he's making a deal with Zoom, it looks like. Specifically at the end with that little tease. And it's funny how that scene happened right after Barry sort of, he was looking at... I like that scene where Barry was looking at Wells from the other side of the glass, and Wells can't hear him from the other side, and he's forgiving the Wells that killed his mom and caused so much trouble in his life, letting it go so that way he can start to grow closer to this new Wells. It's funny how right after we get this scene where Wells is agreeing to work for Zoom and to help him make Barry faster and faster and faster because Zoom, for some reason, wants Barry to be as fast as he can. Who knows why? I don't know why. Maybe the more power he has, the greater Zoom feels. Like he just wants a huge ego. Who knows? I'm wondering why does... There has to be more than just a reason at all because I want him to be fatten up and so then I can have the greatest victory. Like... Maybe Zoom is just that kind of character that, wants Barry to be the strongest he can and just wants to have the biggest ego. But I have to believe that there's more than just that. I have to believe that this is not just a hunting game for Zoom. There's a reason, I think, behind it why he wants Barry to get faster. And I don't think they're giving us the full details on that yet. But yeah, the fact that Wells is now agreeing to work for Zoom... That's going to be, it's going to hurt Barry at the end. And I'm curious to see how that's going to play off because, yeah, I mean, double whammy from the same guy, that's gonna suck. So, guys, with all that being said, I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. I thought it was good. Not as good as last season's mid-season finale, but it was good. It was entertaining. It was fun. It gave us a bit, a little tease of what's to come with both Wally West and with Zoom and Harrison Wells or Harry Wells. And I'm curious to see where the rest of the season will be going. Hopefully, the rest of the season will give us a lot more than what it's been giving us. It seems like on both Arrow and Flash, they've been busy more with setting up Legends of Tomorrow, so I think when they return, we'll be getting Zoom full throttle, I think we'll be getting a lot of him. So, with that being said, guys, it was a good episode. Nice way. It was a good way to close the new year. I would have preferred something a little bit more upbeat, but, keep us on edge. But, they can't do this, I guess, every year. They can't do it every year. So, with that being said... subscribe to my channel, like this video, because I will be doing more Flash reviews next year, just like I did this year. So, until next time, until my next Flash review, see you next year. Hopefully it will be quick as a flash. No? Okay, I won't say that again. So